I'm Jonan Asingwire Kato from Island of Hope, Uganda. I'm an environmentalist and a climate action practitioner.
And I am Asima Nicholas. I work with Island of Hope, and I am a GIS expert and disaster and risk assessment expert as well.
You've mentioned very complex things: GIS expert, disaster risk assessment. What is the background of that? What did you study? Who are you exactly?
I studied geographical sciences at my career for my undergraduate, and I currently am pursuing my master's in climate change and development. And with the experience I got from geographical sciences, it now took me to the field of GIS, geographical information systems, where I'm able to use maps. But my interest personally is in disaster and risk assessment and management at the end of the day. And so I am always in that space. And if you look at most of the things that I am involved in, it's always around there. Yes.
So you're a cartographer, you draw maps,
Yes,
but in a fancy way.
Yeah, in a fancy way.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So tell us about your experience with the Green Leaders Project. You say you work with Island of Hope. How did that start? And how was that first touch point with the Green Leaders Project?
Very interesting question. I think personally for myself, getting to learn about the Green Leaders Project, I asked myself, what ugamba kapyachi? Yeah, like what new knowledge are you telling us? Us who are in the space of climate change. Yes. So because we are learning about climate change, or telling us what climate change is. But then when I got into the Green Leaders, the project itself, I got to meet like new people. I saw, I think during that time there was someone called Shogo, and he was a Japanese, and it was really nice to, be able to interact with him, And also there was a time that we had Luis and Luis was a Brazilian, so you were meeting new people, interacting with them, and also being able to now be panel-based, not only think about a Ugandan context, but also a world context. And also at the end of the day, it would help you see where you're from, yes, especially as a Ugandan, then transition into now how do we get to now make steps, especially when it comes to climate action.
So the international aspect of it with these facilitators from other countries and also other disciplines, people from social sciences, it helped you contextualize your role in the climate action space.
Oh, yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, actually, very much. Because now I imagine if as a scientist, I would only just be focused on the science. Yeah. I wouldn't now get
to humanize this
issue.
Yes,
I wouldn't humanize it as much. And actually, that's why I actually picked even the interest of now disaster risk management. Yeah. Because when I was like, okay, you know what, my job will just be focused on making maps and call it a day. But now, after the Green Leaders Project, I now see that there is more to climate change than just making maps and showing maybe particular accumulation in the air, showing maybe flood risk assessment. Yeah, forgetting that these are actually real issues on ground and that there are people being affected by these issues.
So as a young person, do you feel you have the agency? Can you do something about climate action? Or it looks too big a thing that it's for governments and stuff like that?
I think I subscribe to both schools of thought. If you talk to me like in my, other time, I will clearly tell you, this one, I cannot handle. But now, as you grow, you also learn. And so from then I thought, this will be something government handles. I'll just play my small role. And at the end of the day, things will be done. But then when I got to see that even I, no matter how small a role I play, that it's a role that has been played, and it might have cascading impacts as well. So I feel like even now in this space that I am in, yes, you make maps here, yes, you go to conferences here, but maybe this thought that you have shared will maybe impact a governmental official, and even when they are going to represent, they will represent views that are actually on ground. Yeah. And so I feel that right now it might be small, but small can also lead to big.
So it is a journey of contribution.
Yes.
You learn where your space is, your niche is, and you practice it over time.
Yes.
How have you been engaging with Island of Hope Uganda and the Green Leaders Project? Have you facilitated in this experience? Will you be part of the next facilitators? What is your role in terms of awareness and education when it comes to the Green Leaders Project?
Uh, yes, I would say that I have participated, first of all, both as a student and then also as a facilitator. Yeah, it was nice to learn, and then also now coming to teach people more about it. Yeah, and I like the fact that Island of Hope gives the opportunity to the young people to express themselves. So you will find that it's not just content being shared, but also a space that is being created, yeah, whereby you can meet someone on the road and you'll be like, oh, we're together in the Green Leaders Project. What are you doing? And you get to know each other even more. So I feel like it's actually been a good space, both as a facilitator and also as a student, one that was learning.
In short, it's a community.
Yes, it's a community that has been built.
The digital era is here. We have AI, we have so many tools. How would you transition this learning experience into an online space and monetize it? Is it something that you could see yourself going that kind of direction? Would you create an outline for the Green Leaders Project and have people come on board? Is it something that is feasible as a real contribution that you're doing?
Oh, yes, it's actually something really feasible. With the interactions that we have had, especially with past participants, you get to see that they're actually trying to make change, yeah? And also not only just make change, but also get money out of this change. So I think there's one of my friends that started a podcast, and it was a good experience to see that they're in that space. One of my friends also saw that it's actually a need. Then they went and pursued a master's in it, yeah. And also speaking for myself, I am in the space, and whenever it comes to now like selling like products I make from GIS, that is something I have monetized as well. And let's also not look at it only in that phase, but also when it comes to now people that are doing hands-on, making the briquettes, people actually monetizing such things, changing of used plastics into something that is reusable, something that is new. Of recent, they were telling me of how someone was able to change the plastic bottles and make a plastic roof, like those plastic roofs. Yeah. So now imagine we're having such transitions. Yeah. Instead of looking at things that would cause the environment more harm, we're now shifting them into new products that will not really cause harm. Yes. Though there's usually a debate, yes, among people of like, we're changing from one thing to another, but that change also as well is causing a problem, causing an impact. Yeah. So as green leaders, I feel like we have tried as much as we can to do that. And also I feel like as we go on, we shall keep on getting these new ideas and building. We shall build people to reach to an extent of being able to hold these projects, be able to run these projects on their own, and at the end of the day, even create a job market. Yeah. Like some green jobs can be created out of these students if we give them both the platform and also where to start from and guidance along the way.
Interesting. As we wrap up, you've touched so many subjects, so many complex things. I see elements of climate finance and how it can facilitate these projects. So what should someone look up to when it comes to the next Green Leaders project? Were you going to unpack all of that? What are a few snippets of the information they should expect?
From the past Green Leaders, there has been growth, yeah? So the first one was more about education. The second one came in and it was more about how do we educate and also create community. And I feel like now we are now packaging that to now be like, but instead of only creating a community, how do we now push these people into a world of a climate space where they can actually even benefit from at the end of the day? And so with this new Green Leaders project, it's more about we are correcting the narrative, because I know most of the people, especially around the world, have heard of the word climate change, but may not necessarily know what climate change is. So the green leaders space is one to, first of all, correct that narrative, and then at the end of the day show you that even from that perspective that we can be able to benefit, yeah, that we can be able to create change. And so with these new green leaders, which I feel people should be logged into, will be one where they will learn a lot and that they will grow at the end of the day, not to only be job seekers, but also be job creators, because that is what we are getting into.
Interesting. And the final question, how many weeks does it take? How do I enter this project?
There's a call for an application that Island of Hope has issued out, and I feel that people out there should be able to apply. Yes, it's not only centered around university students. Yes, it can also be for other people, yes. But for now, we shall be starting with Makerere, then we shall transition to other universities, because these are spaces where we can find people that are willing to plug in, yeah? And from that plugging in, we can be able to now transition them to show them that with their diverse roles that they're playing in a community, they can be able to get into such a space of climate change and actually create an impact of change. And I feel that as we continue, especially with this new phase of the green leaders, is that if someone is not plugged in, that they will miss a lot. Yeah, they will surely miss a lot. And then also for your last question, in my head I was thinking that when it comes to now the green leaders, yes, especially with the new vibe that we are bringing, we are going to be able to partner with different agencies as well. So it will not just be a benefit to you, to yourself, but even to the friends that you make as well. So you'll be like, oh,
it's a network.
Yes, you're building a network at the end of the day. And on top of that network, you're also building skills for yourself. Yes, so that you can get into the world.
Thank you so much, Nicholas. It's been amazing sharing with you.
Thank you very much for this opportunity.